Hello, friends. How are you doing? How you doing tonight? How you doing? How you doing? I don't know if I like the lighting in here. I don't know about this setup. When I was setting it up, it looked good, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. It looks like I'm in a, it feels like I'm in a ship. Like I'm in a ship at ocean in the cabin. Happy Monday. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Jason. Um, we got some fun today. Who else is ready to party? Me, I am. Oh, thanks, Tyler. What up, Fairwood? So, we all get together and we have to check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. Yo, Mitch, you're right here, right on time. You just walked in, about to check in here. What have you got for me today, Magic Duff Bucket? I mean, this is foreshadowing for sure. Look at this. So it is a Rapture Brewing can, but what's that written on the side? Jeff Ward Stout. Oh, man, I can't tell you how thirsty Beef Daddy was when this showed up. This is the prototype. This is the new, as Mitch puts it. Rapture Brewing is tinkering with perfection, and they've come out with this stout, and I'm giving it the first sip, the first run. This is like a Tesla test drive, What's up, Ben? Hello, David. Joshua, what's in the Duff can behind you? Okay, I'll show you that. Good evening. I have Manos. The Duff Bucket never has a sidecar. Okay, good evening. Good evening, Flash. Good to see you. I saw your email. I'll get back to that. But let's check this out. This is the new. And I do love Sugarfoot. And I even love the Pete's Seasonal Saison. Oh, man. Passes the sniff test. Oh, that is so good. And Mitch, this is the one you said had some vanilla in it. Oh, producer Jill's getting in on this. I had to get another sip before I hand it over. That is awesome. I love that. She's grunting. She's not a stout lady. I'm a stout man. She's nodding. She's saying it's good. That's awesome, Mitch. I cut my knuckle open, so I'm not flipping you off. I swear that is a popsicle stick splint. So I have to get that out of the way. Colby, we all need to buy some Rapture Brewing and have a live where we all drink socially distant drinking for Jeff Kent. I got oh, excuse me. You do want to be socially distant. That was just a sneeze. We have animals. We have a cat and a dog, and I think they've been, I don't know, sending out the spores. It's delicious. It's delicious. Oh my God. Yes, vanilla and coffee. It's oh, yes, that would be awesome. Like I want Jeff Con, and I would have a beer tent, and it would be Rapture only. And I can't believe it. I really can't. It's odd to find a brewer who makes many different ones that are all good. But here you are, I would like to say I found Rapture Brewing and I brought them to you, but that's not the case. He found me, and am I glad he did. So, yes, you should check out Rapture. I the funny thing was I emailed Mitch and said, I'm dry, man. I'm dry. You gotta help me out, man. My legs are itchy. And I said, what can you send me? Let me know. whatever. If you got Sugarfoot, you got the new stout. I'm willing to try it. And Mitch is like, oh yeah, well, we'll talk after the weekend. I swear, the next day I get this box that I wasn't expecting, and inside were 4 cans of this new stout, and it's like he used Suntop foam to pack them. It's amazing. It's like, and it makes sense because Rapture is the Suntop of beers, so it makes total sense. And I gotta say, this gets my blessing a million times over. I'm proud to have, and these aren't going to get thrown out. These are going to be kept forever. The Jeff Word Stout, forever and ever, amen. I'm very proud and humbled to sip this for you all. I'll be your guinea pig. Oh, show the can again. Okay, hold up. Beef Daddy likes the beer. Yes, I do. I had a great stout this weekend. I was a little worried to buy the Sugarfoot, but I think I'll have to try it. I may wait until the Jeff Stout is out. No, don't get that Sugarfoot. Oh, that Sugarfoot is delicious. So this might be a little better, maybe. It's hard to say. I'm gonna have to drink both side by side and just like slam them. Won't that be a fun life? So this is the can. It's a Rapture Brewing can. So it's drink fresh. Yeah. Drink fresh. Do not age. No, this won't age another day. I have 3 more of these. It's gonna be a late night. So I would love to have Jeff Kahn, have Rapture official beer tent, Rapture Brewing, and Paul Suntop there, Paul Miller. I'll have the Pauls. We'll have the Hall of Pauls, right? We'll have Paul Miller, Paul Fry, Paul Suntop, Paul Michael Caine, and who else? Paul, I can't say his last name, but from Thunderstorm, he'll be there. The Hall of Pauls. All the Paul, wall-to-wall Paul. This is not anything I can stop or prevent. I need to buy Kraken for the holidays. Yes, you do. Oh, what is this alcoholic content? Oh, this is the 11%, the one louder. No. Yeah, it's 11%. I'm going to be slurring by the end of this live. Oh, I'm going to be sliding into the end. Producer Jill's back with another sip, and she's pushing it. She's pushing the limits of my patience. A Paul Crawl. I like that Fairwood. Brews and Books by the Jeff. What, the Jeff? Will you ship me some? Oh, the Suntop of beers. Yeah, that's a mighty high praise, Mitch. Do you have a website? I cannot. I mean, I can't say that that's an overstatement. Paul Suntop picks books that maybe I've never read, and books that I have, and he's never wrong. I'm right there. Of course, I didn't read Bridges in Madison County. Can't vouch for that one. And there are some I haven't read. I haven't read Auctioneer or the Heinlein set, or that particular Philip K. Dick, Scanner Darkly. But his books, Philip K. Dick books, are great. So he hasn't gone wrong. Rosemary's Baby, Haunting of Hill House. And this is the same with Rapture Brewing. I have not had a sip that I wanted, that I regretted. This is all candy. Mitch is a very talented, and whoever the team is at Rapture, very talented people. And they it's quality. No doubt. So there's a little hello to producer Joe from Lena. Tell me, is it Lena or Lena? A is Lena, B is Lena, and then I'll forget and I'll always mix them up. Only a few copies left of the Spear from Centipede. Yes. Oh, the website should be live in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, you need to get that done, Mitch. That's fine though. We're not drinking your websites. We're drinking your delicious beers. So as long as that's coming. I keep looking at the Spear by Centipede. They're unsigned. If you haven't been on the fence for this one, this is your last chance before spending double on Evil Bay. Yeah. I mean, if I don't get it from Centipede, I wouldn't get it. But the Spear does look interesting. Is that one I'm going to regret passing on? Probably. But trying to limit the impulse buys, and that's $100. So kind of pumping those brakes a little, Hey, Lena.
No, Lena.
Was A Lena?
No. She said Lena. It's Lena.
Oh, Lena, but I don't care. Lena, okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm glad Lena. We're getting these things ironed out. Well, here's something. I found a Suntop item in my garage cleanup yesterday that I don't know I had. It's a I don't know how to say it. Glycine print, one of their hard case crime ones, The Vengeful Virgin. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, Lena, very cool. Yeah, I don't understand how you could have a Suntop item that you don't know you have, but that would never happen for me, Ron. But there are things that I've put away that I forgot he did, like the Suntop stickers and things like that. And when I go through and I put my bookmarks in the Suntop box, I see them and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. And they're cool. The patch. And none of these things are going to be used. Like, I'm not going to put the patch on my jean jacket. Unless I have to go to high school for some wacky reason. Like, I never got my diploma, and now my boss needs me to finish that last PE course, and I have to climb the rope. But my life ain't a sitcom. It's a tragedy. Hey, Jeff, first time I've been able to catch you live. Well, you caught me, your brain on books. This is your brain. This is your brain on books. Any questions? Yeah, I have a lot of questions because I read books. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hello, Cat House. I stumbled upon a Suntop box on the front porch yesterday. It was addressed to my girlfriend. Oh, you're getting Christmas gifts, Tyler. You're getting Christmas gifts. That's sweet. I wish I was getting a Suntop Christmas gift. She's like, yeah, it's Christmas every month, doofus. Price being equal on both Suntop. If you had to pick between a lettered Butcher Boy or a lettered Misery, it would be a lettered Butcher Boy. Yeah. Okay. You'd have to say, like, if Paul Suntop said, Jeff, I have these two lettered editions. You can have one or the other. Which would you pick? I'd pick the Butcher Boy. And I haven't even seen if there is going to be a Butcher Boy or what a lettered Butcher Boy would look like. But if that was the case, and I knew Suntop was doing it, I would pick Butcher Boy. That Misery, and it's not dinging Misery. Misery is one of my favorite Stephen King books. It's why I started following Suntop Obs. I missed the numbered, so I'm itching for the numbered. So it's not because I wouldn't want it and wouldn't just lose my mind. I'd have to take the Butcher Boy. The Butcher Boy means so much more to me. I would do the same for The Road. If he said The Road or Misery, it'd be The Road. But that's about it. Other than that, it would be Misery for sure. But The Road and Butcher Boy are the best books ever written, in my opinion. And those would be the directions I'd go. Am I ready for my McCabe interview? What? Okay, wait, hold on. Hold up, Jeff. Hold up. Regarding the Spear, I've not read the book, but I can speak to the production quality being outstanding. It's a gorgeous book. Of course, it's Centipede. I mean, I would buy it with total faith that the production would be great. I've just never read James Herbert. The premise sounds cool. It sounds cool. It sounds like it's a blast. I will probably read that book at some point. So, am I ready for my McCabe interview? Producer Jill, is there a McCabe interview? Is it? I don't know. I will say I did interview the author and the artist for this week's release. I will say that. And I did those already, so they're in the can, but not in the dirty way. It just means like they're completed. And stellar, awesome. The artist, he was a little he was like very proper. Like I don't know how to explain this. But he was very respectfully answered the questions. He was very efficient with words. And the author, I just let him talk. I didn't want to stop him. And so the interviews are two different lengths, but equally interesting for obviously different reasons. So stay tuned for those if you're of a mind, and that's your bag. I love these interviews. I'm lining up an interview for the channel, not connected to Suntup at all, for January. I've got one lined up. I'm going to reach out to the other author. I'm going to have 2 interviews in January, hopefully lined up, independent of Suntup. This is just the channel stuff. And that brings up another point. I'm going to do some different things with the channel so I can keep this going. I hate to sound like NPR or PBS, but to keep the channel alive, thanks to viewers like you. Oh, that's bad. But anyway, I'm going to do some mix 'em ups coming up, and I'm trying to line up many more interviews. I just love doing them. I hope I get better with them. I hope I ask interesting questions. I can't riff with all of them like I did with Keelan Patrick Burke. That was a blast. That was like being out at a bar, hanging out with somebody and just riffing, So anyway, I feel like I'm missing some people. Still other Stoops. Tyler? That's funny. Stoked on the new Midworld pre-order announcement. Okay, so is that Ring Shout? Is that what you're talking about? That looked cool too. I'm still waiting for Midworld to do the John Dies at the End trilogy. That's what I'm waiting for before springing. I'm not as limber as I used to be, so I gotta spring for the right ones. And So you would vote Lena. Now I'm going to do that. You would vote for Misery, huh? No, Misery. Well, I'm sorry, Butcher Boy and The Road. Unless you told me, here, I'll give you this $25,000 lettered edition, which is what Misery's going for. And then you could buy The Road and Butcher Boy. Yeah, I would do that. But here's the thing. Once a Suntup hits the shelf, it stays there. There's no selling. For me, your mileage may vary, but not for me. What's up, Jedi Shredder? Once the Jedis get elected to office, though, Jedi, they're going to come after you and they're going to call you a terrorist for that name. I'm just saying. Late but here. Thank you for being here, Christopher. How's Tennessee? I hope to find out in 2022, right, Producer Jill? Yeah, she wasn't even. If she can't pay attention, I can't expect anybody else to. That's cool. You need to get going on those sub-press Malazan books. Ultimate Flex. Yeah, I didn't buy them. I didn't buy the Malazan. Jill, can you go out and get me those books?
Yep.
Subterranean Press, all the Malazan books.
Okay.
Jill's going to get on it. I think those are 10K on eBay, Brain on Books. Yeah, so we got 10K. Check the couch cushion. I think some fell out of my wallet. My from the Bony Arse Bogman wallet. Bony Arse Bogman. Tempting to my billionaire brain. Ooh. You sold me on Butcher Boy. Can't wait to buy the numbered from Suntup. The Butcher Boy. I mean, it's like triggering for me to see those words because the Butcher Boy. And then I'll start going. And I don't know if I'll stop. It's a perfect book. I would love to tell McCabe that he wrote a perfect book. And I don't know if everybody's going to agree or not if you read it. Because I have been recommending that book forever. And some of you have picked it up because I wouldn't shut up about it. I know Lars Scar picked it up. And then I told him, I go, well, it's kind of unconventional. It doesn't have like quotation marks when people are talking. So you kind of gotta get into it. You got to get into the cadence. You got to get into the key of the book. And then go with it. And Lars like, okay, no thanks. And it's like going to be forever on his TBR pile because I guess he didn't care for the road, which is similar. And for me, those are, if you've mastered English, you could do whatever you want and you could take English to a whole new level. And I'll go there with you and I'll enjoy every step of it. So, the Butcher Boy is not for everyone, but for those who enjoy it, it's just superb. So what do we got? Yes, I would vote Misery in both cases. Yeah, that's cool. Finally got hardcover Palmetto today. Oh, okay. Did you read it, Christopher Bowers? It's a cool read. It's a fun read. Give me a break. Oh, Potato. Potato is annoyed. If you can die from cringe, I would have to take her to the hospital right now. Right now. We'd have to get in the car. I'd have to make siren noises out the window the whole way. Wee-oo, wee-oo. And she'd cringe even further. And I would only be hurting the case. Have you ever thought about interviewing previous Suntub authors and artists, or are you more focused on the future releases? Producer Jill approves the question. So as it's gone along, Paul Suntop has given me the contact information, and he reaches out to the author or the artist or whoever I'm going to talk to and sort of says, hey, I got a guy, he's going to reach out to you. Are you up for an interview? And they'll either say yes or no. And then he'll pass it along to me and then I'll reach out. So far with Suntop, that's how it's gone. Philip Fracassi, I reached out to myself, and there are other authors I'm going to reach out to independently of Suntop. I would love to interview past authors. I'm going to get King, producer Jill, get King on the phone so we can talk about Misery. And also, I can scold him for not doing another Suntop yet. Whether or not Paul has that in the lineup, I don't know. I'm not privy. I'm all the ins and outs and what have you. But I would scold him. I'd spank his 70-year-old ass. Or however old he is. Say, dude, this guy honored your work at the highest level. He brought your son into the fold. He's published all the authors that have built your house by your own admission. Rosemary's Baby, Haunting of Hill House, all these other ones. And you could at least let him do different seasons or Needful Things or Gerald's Game or every other book that's never been done as a limited. Doomakey. People are out of their minds for Doomakey. So I would love to interview the past authors. Some are dead. So that'd be a little hard. I would love to interview Anya Allborn. And Paul has said publicly he's doing a third Anya Allborn book. So that opportunity may be in the future. So, yes, I think I would look to any and all authors that we read, you and I, just us. No one here but us chickens. 24 chickens. So anyway, yes. Speaking of, oh, wait. If you look closely at my avatar, you'll understand the name. You know what? I'm not clicking on avatars because I will probably blow up this live. I see a blue lightsaber. I don't know who that is, though. I mean, I don't know. Jedi Shredder? I don't know it, Jeff. I don't know it. Speaking of selling books, I find the bunch of Centipede Dune copies popping up on eBay this week disappointing. So many people were wanting that book. Hate to see people buying just to flip. I know, and that is nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do about that, Jason. People are going to people, and they are going to. Our cat's being chubby. Our cat is being chubby. Potato wanted me to know. It's a shame. It is a shame. A signed edition is on eBay right now for $6,000, which is 10 times the price. An unsigned edition is up there for $2,300. I will say though, Jason, that one person listed it starting at 99 cents for Dune, which is great. So it's going on there, and the market is saying what they are willing to pay. That's as honest a price point as you can set. I'd imagine that individual set a $650 reserve, and it's shot past that. So this is what the market is saying they are willing to pay. And I don't know what people are going through. Maybe they had some reason they needed the money instead of the book. I know I'm getting an unsigned one, and I am not selling, even though our kids are starving to death and our electricity flickers on and off. But I'm not selling it. So yeah, I hear that. I think that only fans and readers and collectors should buy these books, but there are the flippers, man. You know, for whatever reason. I mean, I do like the idea that my collection goes up in value, so that if I part ways with a book I didn't connect with, I can make money. But that's not the reason I buy, and that's why you don't see me selling too many books. So, Jason, what are they posting? Okay, yeah, I talked a little bit about. Is Butcher Boy written in dialect like Trainspotting? No, it's written. You'll pick up an Irish accent if you read it, and it does have, like, let's say, and here comes your man on the bicycle. Like, your man, there's your man is an Irish phrase, and there are a lot of Irish phrases in it. It is very Irish rural. But it's not written like it's not written phonetically, like it's spelled out the way people say it. You know, it's totally straight English. The only thing that happens, I've seen people say it's stream of consciousness. It's not stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness can feel like babble. There's a structure to it. There's a story to it. Oh, thank you. I got 5 pounds. 5 pounds sterling. That's very sweet, man. Thank you. So you'll pick up on it. There's no quotation marks. So when people are speaking, that's not set aside because you are in Francie Brady's brain. But once you get into it and you pick up on the rhythm, you'll totally understand. If you're not getting it by page 20, then I'd say there's a problem. And for me, I never had a problem, and I'm pretty stupid. So, I mean, you'd agree, right? She's not even listening. That's how stupid I am. So, Michael J gave 5 pounds sterling. That is awesome. Thank you. Hold on a second. Still working on Pearl. Oh yeah, Pearl is Oh, just mwah, probably the best Josh Mallerman. I think Daphne is going to be better. I don't know why. I just think it will. Oh, everybody's telling yeah, Mitch. So the price is 21 to 24 for an unsigned one. Excuse me. And then yeah, stupid money for a signed. It's disheartening. Scalper's gonna scalp. Yeah, they will. They will. Receive today the books I ordered from Subterranean Press in the 50% off sale. Love seeing Sub Press name on a box. Yeah, only thing better is Centipede and Suntub and maybe SST. There's no maybe about SST. SST is awesome. But I can't disagree with that. And I should have gotten the Jeff Vandermeer Subpress book and Burgess. I should have gotten it. I passed on it. $185. Maybe they'll have some for sale. I don't know. I should have gotten it. I should have matched my number to Complete Born. That's a regret. I don't often do that. Regret. Hello, Mark. Good to see you here. Pet Cemetery. Yes, I would love it if Suntup did Pet Cemetery. I would love it. What Paul could do with it. Yeah. Oh. That's what I don't understand. Paul doesn't just. Yeah, I'm going to fanboy here for a second. Paul doesn't just do top end editions with fine materials. He really does honor the work. He gets into the work and he brings it to the fore and honors it. I think if you're an author and Paul approaches you to do the book, that's a compliment. You should feel good. I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm skipping around. Hold on. MJ with the cash. What just happened? I don't know. Oh, thanks, Michael. Oh, that's okay. I got it. Paying the bills. Yes. I don't have any issue with folks selling books in general, just the concept of buying a book only to sell it. Yeah. And doing so before you even possess it. Yes. Especially when so many eager people missed out. And that is exactly why I was going to pass on Dune, because I'm not a fan of Dune, right? So I didn't want to get on the waiting list to get a signed edition. But when that email went out to everybody on the newsletter list, I knew that the real fans had already been seen to. They had their shot. They passed. Now the unsigned editions were available, and I jumped on it because I do want to read it. I am curious. I love what Paul, what Jared does, and so I did take it, but I was gonna be okay with missing out because I know that there are some diehard fans that love that book, love the series, and so I did feel a little guilty buying it, but I'm not going to flip. I didn't buy it to flip it. No quote marks in the road either. Right. Butcher Boy took me about 15 to 20 pages to get into the flow, but once I did, I was in it to win it. Yeah. It does take some adjustment for sure. And as Farrowwood pointed out, there are no quote marks in the road either, and that won a Pulitzer. And it's my favorite book. Butcher Boy and The Road are my favorite books, and both make me cry at the end. I mean, I sob at the end of The Road, and I get choked up, and little tears escapes at the end of Butcher Boy. Both brilliant. I'm halfway through Hex. Oh wait, hold on. I keep asking my wife to be producer Sarah. She's not having it. Can I borrow Jill for a week so I can finally make some quality content? I appreciate the notion that this is quality content. But where are you located? I'll put her in the mail, media mail tomorrow. Media mail. I mean, it's the cheapest mail. We're not made of money. So we'll send her off. Producer Sarah, yeah, you need a home team support. I'm halfway through Hex. So far, it's pretty good. I like Boys in the Valley better. Really? I like them both for very different reasons. I was hooked on Boys in the Valley, and I loved being there. I loved opening that door to the wintry world, the Pennsylvania Valley, and loved reading it. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But I loved Hex for different reasons. It was really creepy, but almost a little bit of a comedy in the first half, and then it gets dark. So Hex is awesome. Thrilled Paul is doing Hex. Gonna have number 23 up there, and the artist edition, just because that dust jacket, Chris Barron's, killed it. He might be doing remarks. Stay tuned. Which story that hasn't been already would you most want adapted to a movie TV show? The caveat would be that they could not deviate from or take liberties with the source material. That's a tough one, Jeff. I would have a hard time picking that. I don't like to mix my media, and I don't think so. For example, The Shining by Stanley Kubrick was a brilliant movie that had nothing to do with the book. No, it was based on the book, but it was its own thing, man. And it did not honor the book, in my opinion, in a very crucial way with the treatment of Wendy. Had Stanley Kubrick cast Wendy properly and gave that character a spine, I would have enjoyed the movie probably a lot better. It would have been a different movie, though. And beautifully shot, well told, but not true to the book. Then Stephen King, they did that miniseries with the guy from Wings, Tim Horton, I believe. And that was true to the book, but it wasn't compelling. I was like, okay, it's the limit of the media. It was the limit of television. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't have the beauty of the movie, and it was lacking, and it didn't have that same. It had a literal interpretation of the work, but wasn't anything anybody was dying to see. It, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, the new one by the director Andy M. something. Awesome. Brilliant. Great. So, Jeff, I would just say, to answer your question, to be The Dark Tower. The Dark Tower would, and they've been talking about doing that. They did the movie, which was totally stupid. It was like a Harry Potter movie, and they just betrayed all the source material. So it would be The Dark Tower. That'd be my answer to that. Took me a while to get to there because I've had some One Louder Stout, Jeff Ward Stout. Speaking of which, Producer Jill, if you can find me that other can, and then I will be slurring the rest of this live. I'm a good example for my daughter right there. Give it up to my parenting skills. Okay, so Boys is better than Hex in your opinion? Yeah, I think I don't know. They were both. Boys was more real, and Hex is more fantasy, fairy tale. So that's tough. If you're truly regretting the Vandermeer, talk to Kim at Camelot. She may have some of their copies. Okay, yeah, I could. I haven't worked out. Producer Jill just gave me another. I'm going to sip slowly, though. That's the problem with something that's so good tasting.
15%.
Oh, boy. Producer Jill thinks she gets 15% of the stout, and I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's. Yeah, I haven't explored other avenues to get Ambergris yet, because it was kind of pricey, $185. I think if Sub Press said, "Hey, we have a few copies left," and I got an email, I probably would be weak. So I've been a little passive, like I haven't sought it out. But if it came to me, I'd probably buy it. I don't know, man. I don't know. For the toss-up between Night Film or Ancient Images. Oh, those are cool ideas. No Hex. My number was too high. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I missed a bunch. I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh my God, I missed tons. What's going on? Oh, Michael J likes your Brain on Books videos. Yeah, so I got to go over and look. I have to look. I have to get familiar. Mail is on, no question. Wow. I'm looking forward to Dune. Read it back in the 80s and never finished the original 6 books. I see. Yeah. The quotes disappear like white noise and you hardly notice. Yeah, they do. Once you get into a book that sets new parameters, once you understand them, it's easy. Or like I'm reading a fantasy book. Oh my God. Brothers of the Wind by Tad Williams. I'm about there. Where am I? I'm about less than halfway. And it took me a lot to get used to fantasy. I'll do a whole review on it later. Wow. Took a lot of getting used to. It's really kind of tough. It's actually harder for me than Butcher Boy or The Road. Also cried at the end of The Road. Yeah. I don't know how you can't. Oh, read The Road. Oh, geez. Potato. It's cringe. She's got so much cringe. I said if a stroke could be triggered by an eye roll, I'd have to keep an eye on her. I'd have to watch what I say. She eye rolls a lot. Teenage daughter. I cried at Encanto this weekend. Never would have thought Disney would make Colombian folk tale stories. Oh, I didn't know they had a new movie. Disney. Encanto?
Yeah. We saw it in the last movie we went to. Ben wants to see it.
You saw it? Oh, the trailer.
Yeah. Ben wants to see it.
Okay. Ben my son wants to see it. Smug Oreo wants to see it. It's good to know. Yeah, those Disney movies tend to make you cry. Like that's what they're built for. Good old media mail. I mailed a book to Florida today for $5.08. Oh my God! You also made a book to Canada for $52. Maron. I don't know what that means, but the Italians used to say it where I worked. Maron. Now that I'm able to hold a book again, I've started Boys in the Valley, enjoying it so far. Oh, good. Yeah, Martin had surgery. Sorry that you're going through that. I'm glad you're able to hold a book again. Speedy recovery, Martin. One of the good ones. Jack Nicholson was crazy right from the start. Oh, hold on. Allergies. That was too much. So, Joe, I will see by the end of Hex. I agree, Jeff. The first half is almost like a Spielberg film. Oh, it's funny. Just finished Billy Summers, so it's time to read Boys in the Valley. Did you like Billy Summers? Jack Nicholson. Steven Weber. Yes, that's right. Steven Weber was starring in the Shining, was cringe. Oh, he's using phrases like that. Is that okay? Someone my age saying that was cringe? We have to get approval, Jeff, before we say things like that from the teens. They have to give us the stamp. We could use those phrases. The miniseries was faithful but schlocky. Yeah, that's my point. It was rough. It was rough. I really do think that was too much, Jill. No more. What'd you do, Jill? Did you tell her what you did? Oh, too much beer. Oh, okay. Do you want me to show it? I'll show it. Okay, if producer Jill had to collect a book, This is the kind of book producer Jill would collect. Art Cities of the Future by Phaidon Press, a 21st century avant-garde. So she's a designer, so this is the kind of thing she would collect. And she was thrilled to buy it for $5. And it's in the shrink wrap, and she was beside herself. Has this little hang tag thing. She wanted me to show it. She loves it. And if I bought it, she'd probably tell me I paid too much. I should have the Levidian arc tomorrow. You got me hooked on Chad Lutzke. Oh, that's great. He's a great writer. Michael J. redacted some messages. Chad Lutzke's great. I read Foster Home and Flies. I'm going to be reading Slow Burn on Riverside. And I never thought, I never thought I would care so much about a spelling bee. You got to read A Foster Home and Flies. Anybody who writes that book that really gets you in there. It's quiet. It's so sad. It's like an echo of Butcher Boy because of the isolation, the loneliness, the abandonment. Oh, it's so good. So I'm glad you got hooked on Chad Lutzke. He's worth getting hooked on. So it's not like C.J. Tudor or Bentley Little. There was some conversation about C.J. Tudor on Facebook this week, and some people were vouching for her, and that's fine. I hope you like her. Just sipping my tea. Billy Summers was great. Okay, that's good. Oh, well, I got to read it. So, yes, you liked it very much. It's one of King's best in the last few years. I've got to read it then. I have it. I bought it. I think people were complaining about it. They were complaining more about The Outsider. The last act of that book sort of turned people off. So I want to get into that. Or I haven't bought that yet. So I want to read The Institution. Wait. Is that what it was? The Institution, right? Yeah. Yes. And then Billy Summers. And If It Bleeds, even though I don't like Holly Gibney. But that's good to know. What do we got? I sympathize with your problem getting into fantasy, Jeff. I've tried it a few times and just can't do it. I gave up on that goal a long time ago. Have you read Wormwood yet? No. Oh, David. Ted is great. Okay, so I'm reading the book, and to me, fantasy is tough because it's like a Renaissance fair. It's like I'm trapped in a Renaissance fair, and everybody's talking in like with honor, and it feels very wrought. It's overwrought, and it's hard with the names because everything's made up, and these names are crazy, and everything is like the season of renewal, and we are in the year dancing house, and everything is just amped up to a level that I'm not used to. So I'm learning the customs, and I'm getting to the story, and the story is interesting and it's fun. I like it. I do realize I've read more fantasy than I credit myself with. Like, for example, Necroscope series is a lot of fantasy. The Dark Tower is fantasy. So, but dragons and this whole honor thing and the way everybody's named, I don't know. I'm not done with the book, and I do want to judge the story and sort of the quality of the story and the enjoyment of it. But if you're not digging those sort of tropes or customs, then yeah, you really shouldn't be going into someone else's house and then criticizing their house. It's just not fair. I'd hate if somebody read a horror book and said, "Why is this so scary?" Well, then don't show up to the fun house and expect something different. It's not a romance. So I'm understanding that I'm a guest in this new land and I need to understand it. Simple as that. Oh, okay. Oh, Wormwood. Yes. I want to read it. Damn, everybody's raving about that. So I gotta read it. And Tim Meyer, I've never heard of him either. So, dude, if you want fantasy that a King Barker Malaman fan would like, try Joe Abercrombie. I know everybody's been saying that. So I'm going to have to. But I also think I read the first part of Lord Fowl's Bane, first page. I thought it was cool. So it didn't strike me the same way as Tad Williams's Brothers of the Wind. Is this high fantasy? It felt very relatable. So yes, I understand that not all fantasy is created equal, and there may be certain types of fantasy I don't like, and some that I would enjoy. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to dabbling. What's wrong, Potato? Somebody wants Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. wants to know. Give me a break. For clarity, Potato's my daughter, so she's I'm representing her lineage, and she doesn't feel I'm representing her lineage properly with the due respect she deserves. So that's all. That. The only fantasy series I've ever really liked was Julian May's The Many Colored Land. I must read it again one of these days. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Found and bought a childhood movie that gave me nightmares. Anyone remember Killdozer? Didn't know Marvel had a comic on it. Wow. No, I do not remember. Wow. I mean, David, if you've read Necroscope or the Dark Tower series, then that is fantasy. I thought Dark Tower is more sci-fi, but I just had no idea. It's fantasy. And so is Brian Lumley. The Chalk Man was just 3 stars for me. I gave the Chalk Man 3 stars initially, and then I read The Hiding Place, and I realized the things I didn't like about The Hiding Place was her writing style, and that appeared in the Chalk Man, and it's just not for me. CJ Tudor, her writing style grates on me. It's like, I don't know. She beats a dead horse. She writes a sentence and then she rewords that thought in another sentence and then rewords that thought in another sentence and then it's like, okay, you've made your point. You're not being poetic. This isn't this. I understand she thinks it's a craft issue that I don't dig. So, Chalk Man, yeah. So there's a little fight on press love going on. Modern stuff is super different and dark AF. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Billy Summers read more Bachman than King. Excellent. Oh, that's great. See, this is good. That's high fantasy, Jeff. You started way too high. Better to go with urban fantasy. Okay. Just Jeff being Jeff. Just Jeff being Jeff. She has too much. She overdoses. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell is a great fantasy novel. I saw a lot of buzz about that. Oh, Michael, no need to apologize. You're not stupid. Catch you on the YouTube tomorrow. Okay, bye, Flash. Take it easy. So according to Martin, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell was a tough read. When I think fantasy, I'm also generally thinking Renaissance Fair, and I run for the hills. Yeah, it does. It feels like Renaissance Fair. um, with Lady this and Lord that, and but that's I'm the trespasser. To be clear, the fantasy tropes you were describing were very common in the 80s, 90s, high fantasy that was largely either derivative or honorific, depending on of Tolkien's work. Yeah, but Tolkien, I read The Lord of the Rings. Um, it just doesn't feel as heavy-handed. This feels a little more heavy-handed. Not, and again, I can't stress it enough. This is not a Tad Williams problem. This is a Jeff Terry problem. It took me a couple of tries to get into it, but once I did, I fell into it. Well, that's cool. That's what I'm hoping. That I'm kind of digging the story. I like that they go to these different places and they're talking to different people about how to kill a dragon. So that's basically what's going on. And there's an oath that the one brother can't walk away from, and it's causing him quite a lot of anxiety way before they had pills for anxiety. So I'm thinking if they go into the future and they get the pills, this story goes away. As a fantasy nerd, I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone right now. That's funny. Dragonlance. I don't know what that's a reference to. Dragonlance. What is that? Raistlin is one of the greatest characters ever. Well, I'll try it all. If you look into other divisions of fantasy, recommend the Sword Sorcery. It's a bit of a different experience. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know what series you're referring to, Stephen DeWayne Nelson Jr. The ASOIAF. I don't know what that is. I'm with you. Brain on Books. Okay, take it easy, David. I'm glad you stopped by. Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. Jeff, I went to a Dungeons and Dragons night with Rob and Jim and the gang, and it was something else. Let me just say that it was something else. What are your top 5 fantasy novels? Okay, yeah, I'd like to hear that too. Yes, top 5 fantasy. Song of Ice and Fire. Sorry, I had to do something. The reason some people hated Billy Summers is because the talk is a lot about Trump. Oh, you know what? Welcome, Smug Oreo. Yeah, I don't like making anything. I don't like anything political in a book because it timestamps it and then it feels outdated later. That's my objection to it. I don't care about opinions. You can have them. I may or may not agree, but I think it limits the book. It really brings you back into reality. That's the danger of being too in the moment. Unless the story depends on it, it's distracting. So I know King sometimes can't resist. And that's a shame because I want to escape reality. I don't want to wallow in anybody's misery. But I'd have to read it for myself to see if I think it intrudes on the story too much. I don't like getting bounced out of the story. Ahsoka for a song. Oh, a song of. Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, Grimdark. The Blade itself. Dystopian. The 5th season. Modern hard magic systems. The Way of Kings. For Dark Tower fans. Senlin Ascends. If you want to try. Farseer Trail. Oh, that. Thank you. And hopefully this chat won't go away, so we'll have a record of it. He takes about it being 2019, and then in the near future, things will change because of COVID as well. Okay. I agree. Some classic books feel modern as they don't have many references that date them. Yeah, you have to buy the next round, Smug Oreo. Get buying, Smug Oreo. Yeah, if you want it to be timeless, then just keep it about timeless issues and not politicians that annoy you, you know? I don't want to wallow in everyone else's misery. I've had enough of my own. Yep, I certainly do. What's after Echo on your TBR? See Deathless under it. Can't tell what it is. So, Brothers of the Wind, I'm reading now. Then I'll probably read Slow Burn on Riverside. Then Echo, which I am dying to get to. Lord Fowl's Bane, which I'm also looking forward to, and Deathless. So I'm gonna have another trip in Fantasyland with Lord Fowl's Bane. I understand it's dark, but all of these are competing for the top spot. If I didn't have this next after Brothers of the Wind, I'm itching to get to it. So, Wolves Have No Kings. Ooh, Wolves Have No Kings. They probably don't. Currently reading Deathless. Poor bastard. Did you read Pressure? This is going to be extreme horror, I'm assuming. Deathless is going to be something that maybe will give me some late nights, sleepless nights. So I'm a little worried about it. I'm a sensitive guy, extreme horror can be a bridge too far. But Jeff, weren't we just talking about a book that is quite frankly in the themes of media fracturing? Quite timely. Okay. What book was that? Maybe we were. I don't remember. Seriously, I've had a bit of stout. 11% stout. The best Tad Williams is the Dragonborn chair, 100%. Well, that would be next because this is a prequel. Brothers of the Wind is a prequel to the Dragonborn chair. It's Dragonbone chair. Upcoming Mallerman. Yes. So okay. So the Ghoul in the Cape does talk about this apathy, this division, and it begs for more discussion. But it is much broader. It doesn't say like Biden or Trump or Democrat or Republican. It talks about apathy and indifference and ignorance and not interrogating the truth, which is more timeless. And I think he handled it a lot better that way. It would be something that you would study maybe 50 years from now and say, this book was written in response to a time when everything seemed to be people were running into their corners, into their identity boxes, and nobody was trying to understand each other. And that's why this book was written. And it would be an interesting historical study, but it does tackle human communication in a way that gets beyond just identity as far as political affiliation, if I'm making any sense. Are you rolling your eyes?
Yes.
Oh. So, Ghoul in the Cape, yes. Dragon Bone. I just started the Anomaly today. What? Is really well. I'm really digging it so far. Huh. I don't know what that is. Who wrote it? The Anomaly. I snagged a letter to Dragonbone Chair from Grimo. Ooh! You are a boss, Christopher Bowers. Okay. So, what did I have to talk about? It's been an hour and I haven't even gotten to my little list here. Yeah, there wasn't much to recap. I posted the Palmetto book unboxing and review, which you could see. And I got the other Nightworms box today. So I'll be posting that video. It's cool. I'm really looking forward to the January package because they're being very mysterious. So either it's going to be stellar or a dog. But I think it's going to be stellar. So I'm really excited. I'm in for January. So that's that. Of course, Suntop release this week. Talk to the artist and the author. Still high from those conversations. I was outclassed by the author, and I could just do my best to shut up and let him talk. But my parts of that interview are really cringy because I seem really goofy and nervous and stumped. So you can watch it, but I can't. I'm cringy. right? I'm starting Come With Me Tomorrow with HA. Anyone here reading this on the GR with horror aficionados? Goodreads. I didn't realize there were read-alongs on Goodreads. Otherwise, I would do it. Uncle Steve is a hell of a heavy-handed in his political talk. Always has been, though, for the most part. Some of the Trump MAGA references in Billy Summers made me roll my eyes out loud. Yeah, it's like whether you agree or disagree, again, it bumps you out of the fantasy land, and that's where we want to be. Have you read any of Christopher Golden's books? He has a book of short stories I'm looking to pick up, but I haven't read him. So I've read Christopher Golden and oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Christopher Golden and somebody else wrote Bloodstained Oz, Bloodstained Wonderland. I read both of them, and I didn't really care for them. I sold them, actually. And they're coming out Bloodstained Neverland. It's not Neil Gaiman. Bloodstained Neverland, and Christopher Golden said it's the best of the series. So I'm tempted to buy it. Bloodstained Oz and Wonderland, I just didn't dig him. I didn't dig him. Who did he write those with? Christopher Golden and who? So I don't know. Jeff, have you read the Hyperion Cantos by Dan? No, never read any Dan Simmons. I did buy a couple from the thrift store that I will read. Hard as Nails, I think, is one, and Black Hills. I could be wrong about the Hard as Nails. Is he right, Jill? Was he bad in this interview? Yeah, it was horrible. Hyperion is great. Yes, the first two cantos. I have all four, but I need to read book 2 first. Okay. Killdozer was great. One of my first Sturgeon reads. Hi, Darren. James Moore. Bam. I think that was right. I think that's right. I think it was James Moore and Christopher Golden. I wanted to. They're not bad books. I just didn't, I think I like Bloodstained Oz better than than Wonderland. They're cool, though. It's a cool concept. Carrying Comfort. Yeah, everybody talks about that. Carrying Comfort. Also Summer of Night, which I've passed on buying. So, and The Terror. Everybody talks about The Terror. All right, Lena. You've gotten me on Carrying Comfort. I'll try to make it a priority. Did you see the remarked 1984 I posted? Oh my God, I did. Yes, Darren. Thank you for reminding me. That is insane. I thought it looked 3D. It's a pencil sketch, I believe, and it looks 3D. It looked like it was leaping off the page. What a glorious remark. You must be very proud. It's amazing. Carrying Comfort gives Salem's Lot a run for it. Wow. Oh, that's high praise. Oh, thanks, Jill. Thanks. She's agreeing that I was bad. That's good. What's good, Jeff? Excited to make it to a live when it's live for once. Okay, thanks, Sean, for being here. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you can make it. I've been going an hour and 10 minutes. My nose is itchy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm dying. I'm the kind of person that if your nose is itchy, you look it up on WebMD and it's like, it's MS or it's cancer or it's Lou Gehrig's disease or it's something. What does a itchy nose get you? Maybe I'm, elephantitis. I got elephantitis, people. I am a hypochondriac. Not on CC being better than a lot, though. Okay, so Agreed on carrying comfort. The terror is okay. It should have been 200, 300 pages shorter. Okay. Yes, the best remark. I don't know about the best remark ever because Dolce Pagana did some insane remarks for Seed, but that Jim Burns remark was, stellar. It's up there. Nose parasites. Yeah. You know what? Maybe they are. Maybe I have nose parasites. I'm dying. Jill, I'm dying. So we talked about Suntup. We talked about Centipede. Dune, I had that on my list. You guys brought it up with the insane. So Dune's going to be out in 3 weeks or so. I'll be unboxing it. So you'll get to see what the Japanese cloth boards look like versus the better materials in the signed edition. And then I'll read it. I got to read that. That's a January read. So yeah, that's what I had to say about Centipede. Earthling, there's still Ghoul in the Cape available. I did my review, and Josh Mallerman shared it on his page, and he loved my review. And he said, and I quote, forever grateful to me. He's forever grateful to me. Maybe I'll get an interview with him. I'll reach out, see what I can do. Ghoul in the Cape, still available. I highly recommend it. It's definitely a book people alive during this time should read. And I mean that no matter what you believe, whether you're right or left. And I think most people are center. I'm going to reveal my political affiliation. I think most of us are center. But none of us should be ignorant. And we should all be searching for the truth and resisting bubbles and echo chambers and whatever stifles critical thinking. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Plus the Dark Harvest Carrying Comfort hardcover looks amazing. Difficult to find though at a decent price. Yeah, most things are in the secondary. What are the odds Ghoul gets shipped in the next 2 weeks? I need that book before I spend 5 days at the in-laws where they don't believe in the alcohol. Mitch, they don't believe in the alcohols. Oh, that's got to be awkward. I'm a brewer and I do great, delicious brews, but you don't believe in the alcohols. That's awkward. It's like, I don't know. I don't have a comparison handy that's not vulgar. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to ship in the next 2 weeks. I definitely don't think I'm going to get it before Christmas. So I haven't seen any updates from Paul. I hope you get it. From what I have seen of the Centipede Dune, the art is not as good. Ooh, Lena is shots fired, Lena. You like the art in folio better. Okay. Shots fired. I guarantee the materials in the Centipede Press edition will be better, but art is subjective, and that's, you got to go where your heart takes you. So it's all fair, Lena. All fair in publishing. Darren, I want to see your remark. How do I see it? Oh, it's on Facebook, Tyler. You got to be in the Fans of Suntup group. If there's another way for you guys to connect, that's cool. It's brilliant. It is just, and then you got to think, Jim Burns drew it in the book, like right there. No double takes. Sam Weber is a tough artist to beat. Sam Weber is awesome. I have a folio with Sam Weber in it. I believe Fahrenheit 451. Really good stuff. Yeah. I wanted to ask Paul, but didn't want to stress him out. It's fair to just shoot an email. I don't think it's going to stress anybody out. Just like, hey, and you could also word it like this. Here's a little hack. Hey, I'm going to be out of town. I want to make sure this book doesn't sit on my porch where my goat named Porch will eat it. So can you give me a date where you think it'll be shipping by? That way I can plan accordingly. I think Paul Miller knows people are going to be traveling for the holidays and it might be a rough time of year to be getting packages, etc., and so on. So I would appeal to him that way. You do have a goat that might eat the box. Although I shouldn't slander Porch like that. He looks like an awesome goat. He may or may not eat your boxes. We're getting a goat. When we move, we're getting goats. Potato wants goats. Potato's going to get goats. Holidays without alcohol are rough. The folio one does look amazing. Yeah, I mean, sure. Edibles were made for in-laws like yours. Edibles. Oh, but if you eat the edible and then bam, in 45 minutes when everything goes Technicolor, you can be caught off guard. So that's caution on edibles. I emailed Paul to combine shipping to the UK. He was great. Yeah. Okay, Porch would eat the hell out of some book boxes. He's a menace to society, but you gotta hug him. Like you see that big goat and you just got, oh, come on, it's all good. You ate my numbered edition of Hex, but you're a beautiful baby. You're a beautiful baby boy with that gold fur. It's just what I do. I solve problems. I love edibles. Okay, Mark. Mark endorses edibles. So, Earthling, yes, I talked about Ghoul. It's still available. Josh, Daphne is coming out summer of 2022. And that looks great. So, Daphne, get Daphne. Pre-order it. Show Josh Malerman some love. Put his books to the top of the bestseller list. And then hopefully Earthling or Suntup or some Paul will do the limited edition of Daphne. I usually have to tell my in-laws to chill on the edibles, not the other way around. Oh, so that's a fun problem to have. I only eat edibles. Yeah. Oh, you only eat inedibles. Well, you flipped it on its head, Ben. Ben DeWitt. Love hippies. Is that a command or an observation? Or are you saying that you love hippies or you're telling us to love hippies? Love hippies. Okay. So Nightworms, I talked about that. I'm excited about January. I like the no hint sort of mystery of it, and it's kind of got me excited for it. SST, there's nothing to report. I love SST. That's why I even mention SST. Even though there's nothing to report, SST. Put it in your brain. Subscribe to the newsletter. Paul Fry's Great People. SST. 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 Take it easy, Mark. Gotta go. Have a good one. Uber psyched for Daphne. Yeah. Later, alligator. Yes. How do you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? One you will see later, and one you will see after a while. It's a handy little, if you're ever out and you see an aquatic reptile that's about to kill you, you can identify it. I'm going to guess that the first limited of Daphne will be from SST. Oh my God, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? A whole SST Malerman library. Oh, here's all my Malermans right there. Oh, isn't that a good? And then I got some down here too. Yes, that would be great. Take it easy, Lena. I used to make clown shoes. No small feet. Oh, I love it. Love it. No small feet. Paul Fry is amazing. So glad he has still had a Gwendy's laying around. Yeah. I'm glad for you, Mark. I'm glad for you. I will say I'm going to be parting with my Gwendy's button box and probably my Gwendy's magic feather if I ever receive it. I will probably be parting with those. So I'll be selling them. To put a fine point on it, selling them. So another good one, Darren. Number 1 approves of you, Darren. You can put that on your LinkedIn account, and I'm sure it'll lead to a promotion or a raise or new employment. Okay, so also I did want to mention I became a Patreon supporter of Brian James Freeman. I paid all at once for the year. Brian James Freeman's a good guy. I recommend you support him. Say what I will about Cemetery Dance. The dig I just threw about maybe never getting Gwendy's magic feather. That does not transfer to Brian James Freeman. He's Levidian. He is Brian James Freeman, and he's a class act. So I just wanted to share that with you. Jeff, where that merch at, though? Oh, producer Jill came in, nodding her head in shame. We have it. It was supposed to go live today, but I'll make a post when it does on YouTube. So if you're subscribing, you will see that, and you will know you can buy merch. Merch, which would include like pint glasses and t-shirts and etc. if you want to show that you sit at the cool kids table. I'll find a better way to market it. I promise you. BJF is the man. I just got my heart-shaped box arc today. Yeah, I'm jealous of you. And I saw that image. And yeah. Good for you, Joshua Poblano.
I need some tea.
Oh, yeah. Producer Jill still needs some tea. I have a Freeman Patreon shipping tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Global shipping? Oh, on the merch, I assume.
Oh, sure.
I think it ships globally.
Yeah.
Yes, I have Twitter. Okay.
Bentley Little fan club poster.
Oh, like Bentley Little. I'm gonna do a t-shirt that's gonna be a short story t-shirt. And one of them was gonna be Mary, Mary, Little, capital L, Merry Little Christmas, and it was gonna be a parody of Bentley Little books. That was gonna be a shirt. But if it's not out before Christmas and I don't have it written yet, is it really something that's going to be for year 1? I don't know. Maybe year 2. Merry Little Christmas. You heard it here first. What? Hair care line. Oh. Jeff Ward hair care line. Yeah. If you want to have hair that doesn't obey, that won't conform, will not comply, my secret is leave it alone. That's my secret. That's my secret hair care product. Leave it alone. Or lose your job and then leave it alone, right? Because it's kind of what I did.
VA Julie.
Oh, virtual assistant Julie cuts my hair less and less frequently. I just want to have hair. I'm sorry, Michael J. I'm sorry. It is not that easy. Darren is going to post his remarks to his Twitter page. So anybody has Twitter, I have the same username as here. Okay. So anybody wants to see this incredible remark, Darren, I don't know if you want to share what you paid for it. You know what? That's tacky. You don't have to. I don't think an artist should be limited by a number, right? So, but I will say, if Suntup ever does a Butcher Boy, I hope producer Jill lets me get a remark. lettered edition, even. Okay. What else? What else did I have to say? Oh, so yeah, there will be some changes coming to the channel. I'm going to offer memberships to keep this thing rolling. Memberships come with perks and things like that, but I'll get into that later. I just want you guys to know. I'll still be doing at least one live chat a month that will be open to everybody, and then maybe others will move to membership levels. I don't know yet. I'm going to iron it all out. I will let you know. But I definitely don't want to stop this. I love being here every Monday and chatting with people and talking about the books that are coming and allowing you to geek out with me because I love it. It's awesome. I'm glad every single one of you show up. I mean, that's why I keep reading the comments, right? I'm not one of those people who has a thing I have to say, and I'm just going to say it, and comments be damned. I do want to respond to each and every comment. And because you're taking your time to be here. You don't have to be here. We're here to talk. We're here to jaw. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, I'll offer memberships. Some of those will come with, I'll be doing author interviews, and you'll be able to sit in on those. Other live chats, maybe a book club. I don't know. Anything you'd like to see, feel free to sound off. Let me know if there are things you'd you'd like to participate in that this channel doesn't already do. That'd be great. Our skull rings included. You need to get on that. Yeah, I would love to. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Check this out. So I got this skull necklace and these skull rings, right? I'm not flipping you off, I swear. It's just I have a splint on my finger. Because I was going to have a partnership with this jeweler that they were sending me skull rings. And I thought, oh, this is perfect. And I was getting a discount code and I could post about these rings. I had a whole commercial lined up. And then I got the rings in the mail. And I told the people, I said, this ring is a $10 ring. I cannot recommend this ring at the prices you're asking. And I haven't gotten a reply from them, so I just left it alone. But I had a whole partnership lined up for skull rings and this skull necklace and all this stuff. And it wasn't good enough. And I'm like, I can't recommend it to the people unless they drastically reduce their prices. And because the quality just wasn't there. So that was a total bummer. I was looking forward to doing that. The discount code and all that stuff would have made it totally legitimate, right? A total partnership with the channel. But I would love to do a Jeff Word skull ring. That would be cool. I don't know that we could line that up in any short amount of time, but I would probably buy most of them. I'd buy at least 10 Jeff Word skull rings. Yes, we're going to debut a new logo. Got a new logo. Right? Oh, is that too much pressure? You're already done with it. And t-shirts and pint glasses and stuff. So that's all fun. It's all fun. I hope you're having fun. You should have fun, right? I mean, you're just paying for fun that you can have all the time. Have fun all the time. Fun should be all the time. Hell yes. All this sounds awesome. Good. I'm glad. Salivating, waiting for Blood Meridian. Yes. Blood Meridian. It's at the binders. Or it's in case making. It's bound. The numbered edition anyway. I don't even look at the lettered edition on the status updates. But the numbered edition is very close. Are you guys going to do the Suntup Live this week? I recommend everybody getting there Wednesday. Check it out. The live. Paul's awesome. And then Thursday with the interviews. What a week. I'm over the moon. I'm a little high. Producer Jill on video. Will you do memberships through Patreon? No, I'm going to do memberships through YouTube. They offer tiers, so I don't even have to involve Patreon. So it'll be like, I don't know, we get to set the levels. I think we're in the discussion stages. Okay, all right. I even spoke too soon about counting out Patreon. Producer Jill's kind of wagging her finger at me because this is like a boardroom discussion, you know. So we'll see. I'm staring at you, Producer Jill.
Oh.
Yeah. Producer Jill on video comes at a certain subscription level, doesn't it? You want some skin in the game, Jill? Huh. Yeah. No, she balked at that. Let the record show.
I'm trying to increase.
Oh, she's playing that card. Okay. That's fine. That is fine. Some have had to be here. Jill threatened us behind your back. Oh, what did you do, Jill? What did you do? Wait, where? I'll need a case of Mitch's brew. What did you say, Jill? You could tell on her, Jason. You could tell on her. That's fine. I'm still sort of the boss when she gives me permission to be the boss. Speaking of partnerships, any chance you could work a partnership with someone that makes slipcases? There's so many books we all buy that desperately need aftermarket slip. The one I would recommend is Paul Michael Caine at 19th edition. Check him out on Facebook. He does aftermarket slipcases. Of course, sometimes he is backed up and he doesn't have a lot of time, but I don't think he sleeps. So he has extra hours of productivity that are not available to most Americans or humans. Not to be nationalistic. I am out of Facebook jail, Mitch, so I will be going live with Chris on the Facebook page. So thankfully for that, I haven't pushed it too far. I did test it, and once I saw I was out of jail, I didn't push it again. So I'm going to go live on Thursday, but I also will post the 2 interviews on this channel Thursday. So both of them. It'll be a double up. Oh. Mitch says he's got you.
I meant like I would need to drink. I need to be drunk, basically. I didn't mean I need.
Oh, she needs to be inebriated before she appears on this side of the camera. Well, we would definitely go viral if that were the case. Oh, man. And I would make sure that got posted. Oh, my God. That would be awesome. Let's work on that, Potato. Okay, so I'm still trying to borrow her. So let me know what tier that is. That'll be the board of directors tier. Board of directors tier is $50 a month. So you don't like that? You don't like memberships? Yeah, Potato doesn't like it. Paul Michael Caine seems like a genuinely, he is a saint. Bloodstained Neverland, I knew there was more to the story, but this is the first I'm hearing of it. I'll jump on that when I see it. Whatever it shows, probably that series is awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Snail Slow. Again, it's a personal thing. I didn't really connect with it. I kind of liked Bloodstained Oz better, and then Bloodstained Wonderland, I kind of drifted away a little more. But I am curious about Neverland. So we'll see. What else? I just made my first 19th edition order the other day. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. He does awesome shelf candy. 2 cans should get her there, surely. Those go to 11. They're one drunker. This is not yours. I'm about out of gas for this live. I'm about out of gas. I had nothing else in my book to talk about. Got to run. Great to finally join a live stream. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I really am. And I got to check out your channel as well. I'm really bad with that. So it's not personal. I'm just stupid. Sounds like they should have put a ring on it. Tear to me. It's funny. I got Paul Michael Caine to make beautiful cases for my Dark Tower and hardcover Green Mile. Yeah, he made my if you permit me to stand up. Paul Michael Caine made my slipcase for my Arc of Red Dragon. And it is bonkers awesome. I did an unboxing on the channel and it's amazing. So Paul Michael Caine is no slouch. He does a lot of really beautiful things and he brings design elements that really fit the work. I mean, that's like dragon skin, you know? And this in the book was a symbol, a mahjong symbol carved into a tree. So it's an actual tree, like it's plucked from the story. So Paul Michael Caine is the way to go for superb slipcases. That's my plug for him. So good night, I have Manos. Manos Hands of Fate. I got to say that every time I see your name, your username. Thank you for being here, everyone. I went an hour and 37 minutes, which is longer than producer Jill allows me, but I can't shut up. And you guys had such great posts, and that's what I'm here for. And it's annoying when I talk like this, so I push it a little further. I go too far all the time, and they say stop. But I laugh, and so it's worth it. So good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's a Sun Top release week. God, it's like crack to me. Get over there. I am a fanboy, so you know, and stay tuned. I'll be back next week and every Monday here on out. And it's because of you. It's because of you. Seriously, everybody in there. It's because of you that I'm here. Thanks, Jeff. You're the best. Looking forward to the Sun Top announcement this week. Woohoo! Good night, all. Great stream. Thank you. Thank you. I'll read these forever. Good night, all. You're a great bunch, says number one. And she's right. Number one is right. You are a great bunch. Really. Thank you. And I will see you next week. And in the meantime, just stay frosty.